Good day, everyone. How are you doing today? Trust you're good. So, welcome to our training. I'm so excited to have you register for this training, and I'm going to be your facilitator for the next few days. For those of you that will be doing your training in some days, or for the next couple of weeks, like for those of you that are doing the China training. So, I'm saying welcome to you, and I'm so glad to have you register and also appreciate you for registering for our training. So, my name is Dr. Gusta. I've been doing importation for over 10 years, and yes, it's been a very wonderful ride. Like we all know that there's nothing good that comes easy, and there's really no smooth road in life. And I feel that at every point where you um encounter a challenge, there's always a stepping stone for you. So I'm going to tell you a story about one of my experiences with importation. As far back as 10 years ago, I learned how to import from my dad, and he just taught me how to import in large scale. So, but then because I wanted to start importing, I needed to know how to import in smaller scale. So I reached out to my friend and I told her, okay, please, can you put me through how to do this thing, in the sense that can you introduce me to a shipper, because like I said, I wanted to do it on a small scale, so I needed a shipper that would just help me, you know bring the items to Nigeria. It was human hair. My friend declined, and I had to use DHL, and when I used DHL, it got to the customs office, and it's my goods were seized. They said it was contraband. I had to go to their office to start explaining, and I had to, pay some money for custom clearing, which was way, way expensive. So at that point in time, I made a vow to myself that I was going to try my best to ensure that anybody that comes my way who is interested in learning importation, I'm going to give the person the all I had. Because if the person I asked for, the agent, had given me, I'm sure I wouldn't have gotten into that issue, because the agent my dad knew was the one who would help you clear your items, like, clearing and forwarding agent. Is that, yeah, I think that's the right way to call them. They are not freight forwarders that would help you clear your small packages. So they were only doing on large packages. Anyways, I have a quote here by me that says, if every other person can make it, then you can make it, because we are all special in different ways. So, I had to tell you this story to make you understand that I don't have two heads. And like I said, I've trained a lot of people, and they are doing so well in it. So you have no excuse not to do so well in it, because you are special, because you have the capacity to actually do so well in it. So it's just that you might need to understand yourself, you might need to keep pushing harder, you might need to keep trying different tactics in getting to your desired goal. Now, what's the goal and the pace of this course? So our main goal is to ensure that you start importing as soon as you take the course. Hence, we do not like to rush our trainings. We take our training step by step. Like if we drop materials for you today, maybe we'll give you like a day or two to go through the materials, because we know that you have tight schedule, so that you can actually follow in the class, because it's always interesting when you follow up in the class. So our pace for the training and our goal is to ensure that you know how to import right about immediately after your training. So we do not like to rush our classes. So just in case we start the training and you feel that maybe, oh, we are rushing, we are being slow, we're not being fast, you want to get to the point where you get materials, or you're looking for a training where you just be taught in like 2 or 3 days. No, this is not that training. This is where we want you to learn, because the truth is that if we're taking longer time, in the real sense of it, if we're about, we just want to quickly train and move to the next batch, it's going to favor us more, because we're going to spend lesser time with you and move to another batch. But because our aim is to ensure that you know how to import by yourself right about after the training, that's why we focus on taking our time. So if we're taking our time to do this training, we are doing that for a good cause, so that you can understand the training. Now, the second thing I want you to know, like I earlier said, I said if every other person can make it, you can make it, is understand the assimilation rate. I'm a professional teacher, I'm a lecturer. So I understand that we all have different assimilation rate. Maybe Mr. A or Mrs. A or Miss Hay would have to read or watch the course materials like 7 times to understand. And maybe Miss B or Mr. B would have to just watch it 10 minutes. It doesn't make anyone higher than the other. It's just that you should understand the assimilation rate. Most times we don't understand the assimilation rate. We don't know the rate at which we understand things. We don't know when it's best. Some of us are better, um, you know, they are better when they read at night or when they go through whatever it is they are going through at night in a quiet place. Some people can actually read in a noisy place. So you need to understand the assimilation rate. Try and understand if you are somebody that needs to read something over and over again, it doesn't make you less of a human being. In fact, it puts you on a better edge, because if you spend time trying to read and understand something, you realize that that thing becomes a part of you. So if you are somebody that likes to take your time to understand, it doesn't make you bad or make you less. No, just understand yourself and use that to follow up with the training. So if you need to go through the videos like 10, 20 times to understand, please, it's your money, you are free to go through the videos. But if you are someone that, okay, under 1 hour you understand, fine, that's good too. So please try and know your assimilation rate. It will really, really help you a lot to know how to relate and assess the materials. Another thing again you need to know is, what will you learn? Like we all said, you are going to be taught how to import from the different countries that you have applied for or that you've paid for. Hence, we would like you to understand the principle behind importing from these countries, and know that at the end of the training you would also need to get suppliers by yourself. Yes, we're going to give you some suppliers that we have, but the truth is my kind of suppliers or my choice might be different from your choice. So ensure that you listen, and please try to understand the techniques about importing from the different countries you paid for, so that after the class, just in case you want more suppliers, you are not comfortable with whatever suppliers were giving you, you can also do your supplier sourcing by yourself. And ensure you research, do not just stick to what you've been taught in class. Now, there are some vitals I would say when you're about to start going through the course materials and all. Please ensure that you have a book and a diary. It's very important. Even me, your facilitator, I still attend trainings, I still learn, I still upgrade myself with a lot of information. And I have a book and a Bible I work with. I write down, because when you write those things down, you can always go back to them to check them much later. Now, your next question I know will be, how does the class run? Now, this is how the class runs. The class runs this way. Materials will be sent to you like a day or two before, because I know that a couple of you paid to attend about 3 or 4 countries. So we had to put this in perspective. Materials will be sent to you maybe 24 hours minimum before, or 48 hours before. So you're supposed to go through the materials, try to implement whatever it is that is there. Then on the day of our Q&A session in the evenings, you would ask your questions via sending a chat message in the WhatsApp group, and I, the facilitator, would respond to you using a voice note, because it's easier for me to respond to using a voice note. But in a situation where we'll be having a live session, you put up your question and I'll be responding to your questions. That anyway, in the course of this particular session, I'm going to talk more on the live session. So please ensure you go through your course materials. The next thing is, what kind of course materials? Most of the course materials are in video form, and it is suitable in video form because it's easier for us to explain a lot of things to you there, and you would understand. And we usually upload all these videos on a platform called Vimeo. We've tried to use YouTube server, not YouTube, Google Drive, sorry. Using Google Drive, they'll tell you have a particular amount that can actually download it or something like that. Then trying to use YouTube, because it's a paid course. We didn't want a station whereby it will be free all over the place for people that did not pay. So that's why we're using Vimeo. Vimeo is easier. You can decide to download the app of Vimeo. It's very good, and will definitely give you the password to all the course materials. Now, please, there's something I also want you to note. Part 2. Please, we don't resend materials privately or resend materials to anyone after the training. So please endeavor to save all your materials. I am begging you, I am on bended knees. I wish you can see me being on bended knees. Please save all your course materials. In fact, very easy to save. If you want to save them, click on whatever it is you want to save. Look at the top three dots by the right on your WhatsApp chat. Click on share and share it to Telegram. If you go to Telegram, you can search for saved messages. It's a particular message. I don't know how to explain it. Like the way you're chatting with me, if you're chatting with me on Telegram, so it's like a section where you can save items. And I heard that even if you lost your phone and you recover your Telegram back, those items will come back. So please ensure that you endeavor to save those items on Telegram. Ensure you endeavor to save those items on maybe via your email, and ensure you endeavor to always download whatever it is that is posted in the group. Now, a couple of times people come to me, oh, their WhatsApp got wiped, this one happened to their materials, the yaga yaga yaga. In fact, I meet people come to me be like every day. So I have a platform called Dr. Gusta Academy where courses are being kept to be sold, where you can study and teach from anywhere in the world, and all these importation courses are there. So I'm going to give you an access to all the countries you've paid for at the end of the class. So that's where you have your course materials backup. So please ensure that you pay attention at the end of the class, even while the class is going on, when you be asked to register on the platform, so that you can have access to the backup of materials just in case your WhatsApp gets wiped. Please still save some on your Telegram. The next thing is study your materials. Please ensure you go through your materials as often as possible. A lot of people do not, when they go for trainings, they won't go through the materials. When it's time for the question and answer session, you'll be asking questions already in the materials. So if you do that, I'm going to just reply with a smiley and a laugh smiley. So please ensure you go through your materials before the Q&A day, so that you know that when you're coming to ask questions for the Q&A day, you are asking it rightly. Now, another thing I also want you to know is I have a Telegram community. Another Telegram community, it is for the people that have trained. I share importation tips. I share information relating to change or upgrade of lecture materials. Like I try as much as possible to always upgrade lecture materials as much as I can. So if there's an upgrade, I'm going to post the upgrade details in the importation group, and I'll ask you to go and check blah blah blah. In the importation group, I share so many things about importation that we need to know, because a lot of things happen, different dimension of things happen. So I share them on the Telegram group. So after listening to this, please watch out for the Telegram community channel group where you can join. A lot of things are being shared there, and the people there are really having a nice time. Now, what's the training procedure? So this is how it works. So we'll send you minimum of 2 videos like 2 days before your Q&A session, and on your Q&A session day, you are supposed to come and ask us questions, and definitely answers will be provided. So like I said, the videos are saved on Vimeo. So each of the videos are passworded and they'll be posted in the group. Please ensure you check through. Sometimes the password can be a mixture of capital letters and numbers. Please make sure you check through and you input the passwords properly. Now, at the end of the training, we're going to give you suppliers, contacts, websites, and all of that. So my advice is that you should make sure you let the supplier earn your trust. That Dr. Gusta has given you contact does not mean that you just jump into buying from them. You can buy samples and feel from them a couple of times, and if you're comfortable with their product, you can buy more. Okay, so please, we do not give contact of the training until after the training. So if you meet us for contact concerning the training, you might not get a response, because you get a response after the training. We'll give you the contact. Now, every week I come on live. I do weekly live sessions every week on Sunday. So within the training period, I'm going to be having live sessions, and I would advise that you join me in the live session, because a lot of questions, a lot of answers are being given, and there is more clarity. in the course of the training too, because it's importation, you are going to be giving shipping agents and other agents. So if you are messaging them, ensure you message them and tell them who referred you so that you can get better services. All right, guys. So my Instagram handle is Dr. underscore Augusta A. Please follow me on Instagram to check through a couple of things about importation that you might need to know. So you can just go to Instagram. Please go to Instagram and follow me on that. That's Dr. underscore Augusta A. I promise that you're all going to have the best of time. And I am so eager. I can't wait for you to start making waves from importation. Do not forget, if the other person can make it, hence you can make it, because we are all special in our different ways. All right, lots of love. Thank you for listening. It's your facilitator, Dr. Augusta. Can't wait to see you in class. All right, cheers. Bye. And I might do a video on how to save your item on Telegram. If you don't get a video from me, you could Google that on YouTube and you definitely get an answer. All right, cheers, cheers. Bye for now.